Yeah, but aren't you doing like you're launching three ETFs too?
Well, that's why I do research, right? So I do research to stay in tune with the market, company valuations, fundamentals. We're tentatively, I mean, fingers crossed, but we're slated for an active trading date of October 27th. You're the first to hear that, so that'll be really cool. I don't know if we're gonna make it, but that's the goal.
Can you maybe talk about what stocks exactly you're thinking about buying? Because obviously you have a very interesting stock past of buying garbage, in my opinion, and a lot of people feel that way.
I don't blame that.
Oh, I thought he
It's
left.
not.
I thought he left. Hold
Oh,
on, you
sorry.
cut out. I thought you left.
I
That would
cut.
have been funny.
Uh, yeah, that is funny.
Okay, go ahead.
I heard your question though. Yeah, look, I think that these are going to first of all be actively managed ETFs, and one of the inspirations for that is, for example, with Peloton. I rode that thing from an ownership of around 113 bucks to like 180, but I didn't sell then. I rode it all the way basically back down to 113, and I dumped it, and I told everyone about it. But then it went to $20, and then it's like, well, shit. The people who weren't paying attention got screwed. And you can't fault people because at some point people they don't have time for YouTube, right? They don't have time for every single video. So I think one of the benefits of an actively managed ETF is we're going to have three different risk profiles that people could invest in. Basically a low risk, which is going to be like an ETF mix with some salt and pepper stocks, kind of like icing on the cake stocks. You'll see. Then a middle version, and then on the further version will be just basically all just individually picked stocks. And so you kind of have three baskets you can pick from. I kind of think of them as like the low, medium, and high risk, like M1 Finance pies or something like that, right? And we want to be very competitive with the fees. The goal isn't to like try to make a fortune off these ETFs. It's just to put something out there that if somebody wanted, what Kevin's investing in, and it's not going to be, like all like SPACs or money losing junk or garbage companies. Like, that's extremely risky, right? In order to manage these, keep in mind you have to be a financial advisor, right? So you have to you're a fiduciary to that fund. Like you can't f up. So actually, going through what I've gone through in terms of licensing and regulation and compliance over the last few months, if anything, I've felt it's a very wonderful thing because it makes it very clear that, like, if you're an ETF manager, you are managing people's money. Like, you are not here to screw people, right? Because otherwise, and this is the thing that I say too with House Hack, is if in 5 years House Hack is bankrupt and I'm bankrupt, then who's going to ever want to do a deal with me again? I'll be 35 and everybody will hate me, right? Whereas my goal is at 35, people are like, oh my gosh, and this is not a guarantee, it's just an example. If I'm 35 and people are like, oh my gosh, we IPO'd and I like 8x'd my money investing with Kevin, those are people who are going to want to come back and invest again. And, that's the reputation that I want. Because remember, in 5 years, I'll be 35. In 10 years, I'll be 40. Like, I've got a long time that I need to still have a reputation for. And so that's really critical.